The city's first airport served Columbus from 1929 until 1958. Cross-country passengers would take a train from New York to Port Columbus on East 5th Avenue. From there, they'd fly to 4 other cities, take another train, then 4 more planes to get to Glendale, California. In Columbus, those travelers would walk across the street to the original Port Columbus to board their plane. That terminal saw a number of expansions, but only the original structure is still standing. New at 11, the effort to turn that building into a hub that will help the careers of future aviation leaders take flight.
The Ohio Air and Space Hall of Fame and Learning Center is the future on this site of the past. The $8 million project will call the original Port Columbus building home. It served the city from 1929 until 1958.
This is a historic site and building, and it should be preserved. It's not a museum. It's truly a learning center.
Executive Director Ron Kaplan.
Of all the states, Ohio oddly didn't have its own Air and Space Hall of Fame, given we're the home of the Wright brothers and John Glenn and Neil Armstrong and so on. So I thought, what better place, centrally located in Columbus, Ohio, to have an Ohio Air and Space Hall of Fame, and then to have it in a building that itself is historic.
And board member Andrew Pierce.
As a kid, I saw aircraft flying in the sky in my own backyard back in Yellow Springs.
Know what the second floor of this building, the Learning Center, will mean to future generations of leaders in aviation. Pierce studied aviation at Ohio State, worked as a flight instructor and as a Delta Airlines captain.
So it's one thing to say, go out and do this. It's one thing to actually put some dollars behind it and say, we want to invest in you and see you thrive. And also, by the way, if you do decide on a career, we want you to stay here in Ohio so you can stay close to your families and have a good quality of life as well.
Pierce volunteers with programs like the Buckeye Tigers.
We took middle school and high school kids on a week-long program during the summer, and we still do this, to different aviation sites here in Central Ohio to encourage them to enter aviation as a viable career field.
Buckeye Tigers and other groups will benefit from partnerships that will allow students to engage with the field through flight simulators, understanding the business side of the industry, and learning how to service the engine of a plane. Kaplan, who grew up around planes and later worked in aviation art and journalism, is excited about the center's future.
And we're still trying to get to the point where we can start the renovations. We have the drawings are done. We're ready to bid this thing out. We're ready to go. Obviously, COVID set us back a couple of years, but we're ready to roll on this.
They started working on this in 2018. $8 million is needed for the project, half for renovations, the rest for programming and payroll. The team says the building, which will have a Hall of Fame featuring Ohio aviation greats, will also have event space available for rent. For more on the project, including how to donate, look for this story on NBC4i.com.